guys, so I want to do a first impression video on the just eggs I have back there. So I thought I'd do this like a little vlog. I've never tried it before like on its own. My best friend made some when I was in Seattle recently, and it had like sriracha. She like really hooked it up, but I want to try it by itself. So I'm going to be making some back here, which is some simple salt and pepper and some country crock. I don't have any vegan butter, so if you're vegan, I apologize. Yeah, I'm not vegan, so I don't have any vegan butter, but I did want to try that just, you know, just to see if I would like it, because I do try out like different vegetarian / vegan recipes. So I thought that I would show you guys how I make just eggs, and this is a first impression, so I will let you guys know how it tastes as well. So I'm gonna be using the Just Egg made from plants brand eggs. I guess this is the only brand that makes this. Some ground black pepper from Trader Joe's, and some Trader Joe's sea salt, and some country crock original butter. I have my cast iron pan here that I'm going to turn on and heat up. I always make my eggs in a cast iron pan, just, you know, a family thing. We've always used these. These pans were actually passed down from my grandmother. I have so many of them, so I love to make my eggs in these. So let's get started. I'm just going to turn my stove on to about 6 right there, a little past half. Just so this can heat up. I want to make sure that my pan is actually hot, so I'm going to let it sit here and get hot. I've seen a few videos, and a lot of people said like heat up your pan first, because this is something that you're just going to kind of like scramble on there, so you already want your pan to be hot. You don't want this like sitting in the pan. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to heat it up, then I'm going to add in the country crock, and then I'm going to pour this right in. So my pan is already hot. I'm gonna start by just putting some butter in there, and I'm going to let it just kind of simmer, and then I'm gonna throw in the Just Egg mixture. I did kind of have the pan up a little too high, and I had turned it down. So throughout this like portion of me cooking it, I did turn it down a little bit, and then I just added some salt and pepper. Again, I will use a different kind of pan next time, like a non-stick pan. The cast iron pan kind of burnt it a little. When I make regular eggs, that doesn't happen. So maybe it's just the consistency of this, but overall it did scramble up like eggs. So I wasn't too disappointed with how it turned out, but next time I will use a non-stick pan. So this is how it looks. So yeah, I mean, it came out okay. Hey guys, we're doing this taste test together. It definitely cooks up like eggs. It's nice and fluffy like eggs, and when you first start to cook it, it smells like eggs. So I'm a little like, interesting. But now that it's done, it doesn't exactly smell like eggs. It kind of smells a little different, so. But it's fluffy, just like eggs are. It looks like eggs. If you have kids, you could probably really fool your kids just by looking at it. But now we're gonna taste it, because it kind of smells like something else, but not eggs right now. Okay. So, it's tolerable. I could definitely eat it in place of eggs for sure. Absolutely. If I wanted like a bacon and egg sandwich, but I didn't want to use eggs or bacon, I would probably take like my coconut flakes, make like a vegan BLT style sandwich, like toast them and use that as bacon, and this as like a scrambled egg on it. But I don't know. It tastes like it could be eggs, but it also tastes like something else. Like a hint, like it tastes like a vegetable. To be honest, it tastes like vegetables. It tastes like, okay, if you made like a vegetable omelet and you put vegetables in it, this is what it would taste like. It kind of has that like vegetable-y taste. Like, it looks like it's supposed to be eggs, but it just tastes slightly different than eggs. It's not bad though. Honestly, I could eat this in place of eggs and be fine. I only used like a quarter of the bottle. I didn't use, a lot of people I've seen have used half of the bottle. I didn't want to do that just because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. So I just used like a quarter of it. This is pricey. It's like $8, like $7.99 or something crazy like that, depending on where you get it from. I know it's between $6 and $8, not even $6, probably like $7 and $8. Some people have heard it's $10 at some places. So it's very expensive to me when you could just get eggs for $3 or $4. If you're not vegan, stick with eggs, honestly. If you are, this is an amazing replacement. Like, honestly, I would highly recommend this for someone who's vegan or vegetarian, who still wants that egg texture, who likes the egg feeling, but doesn't exactly want eggs. I feel like you could totally get away with this and love this, but it's not practical if you have a family who is like plant-based, because it's super expensive. So it's like, unless you can afford to buy a ton of these, which is gonna cost you like $30 to buy a few of them, I wouldn't recommend getting it if you have a family and it, you know what I mean? Like, you need a lot of it, because it's honestly, you use a quarter of the bottle just to make like maybe what the equivalent of 2 or 3 eggs. So in my opinion, I would definitely get it if I was someone who was single, or maybe it was like 2 of you, you know what I mean, in a household, and you're both plant-based and you want to get this because it's like $7. But if you have a family, it's just not practical, like finance-wise, in my opinion, unless you can afford it. If you can afford it, then it's practical. If you can't, then I don't know. I just think it's a little expensive for it to only be this much. I think this is a 12-ounce bottle. A 12-ounce bottle for $7.95 or $7.99. It's not much. You're not getting much. Like, I'll probably get, if I decide to eat this, if I wanted to eat eggs for 3 days straight, this bottle would be gone. So this is maybe 3 days worth of breakfast here. So to be completely honest, I don't dislike it. I think it's actually very good. And I would definitely eat it if I was a plant-based person who wanted to not kind of veer off and have eggs. This is definitely something to think about. It's actually very flavorful, very tasty. I recommend salt and pepper, just for some flavor. And I actually really like it. I would definitely buy it again if I ever decided to go full plant-based. But for me, I do love eggs, so I'll probably just stick to eggs. But if you are a plant-based person and you can fit this into your budget, I actually recommend getting it because it is a great replacement for eggs. So that's my review. We're gonna finish this because I made it. Another thing that I wanted to say was, next time I would definitely make it in a non-stick pan. Usually when I make eggs in my cast iron pan, they don't stick with butter, but I guess because this is like a different consistency or something, I don't know, like it kind of burnt first. And my pan wasn't, it was up, I did put it up kind of high, but I turned it down before I put this in there. I just wanted to heat the pan up. So truthfully, my pan wasn't very, very, very hot. It was just like medium heat, and it burned. So in the future, when I make this, I'll definitely make it on a non-stick skillet. And yeah, that's really it. If you guys want to see that, I'll probably put it on like my story or something, because I definitely want to do a version for Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. I'll put it down below. Not bad. I gotta finish it now because I made it. So I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.